Hello, I'm you're Em, and welcome to the video. So back in December, a couple of friends and I went to Perth in Western Australia to go to the Australian Catholic Youth Festival. It was the first time that most of us were going to Perth or Western Australia ever in our whole lives, even though we've lived pretty much our whole lives here in Australia. We've only been to like the East Coast cities. So we really wanted to make the most of our time getting over to the other side of Australia and really see what Perth has to offer. So we decided that we would stay in Perth for a week, even though the festival was only 3 days. So the next few videos that I'll be posting will be about our week in Perth. We got to see heaps of really cool things. Perth is actually not as boring as everyone makes it out to be, and now that one of my best friends is living in Perth, I really don't mind having to go over there to see her. So Perth is quite a small city compared to what I'm used to here in Melbourne. Even though there's not much to see in the city itself, around the city and outside of the city there is so much to do. Turns out that 1 week in WA is not enough time. As you can see by the title of this video, I'll be showing you a bit of our trip to Rottnest Island and Fremantle. I would 100% recommend going to Rottnest Island from Fremantle. Kind of hitting two birds with one stone. If you're staying in Perth, you get to go see Fremantle, and you can take the ferry from Fremantle to Rottnest Island, which is only about half an hour. Based on our experience though, I think in the future I would like to stay on Rottnest Island for like longer, like maybe 3 days. Going there for only a day meant that, you know, we were kind of rushing everything, and also when we checked the weather for Perth, on the day that we went to Rottnest Island, it was forecast to be 41 degrees, and while we were here in Melbourne, we planned that we were going to go bike riding on Rottnest Island, which is like such a to-do thing when you're there. But because we saw that it was going to be over 40 degrees, we thought, no, that's way too hot, we will probably die of heat stroke. So when we actually got to Rottnest Island, we discovered that it's quite a few degrees cooler there than it is in Perth, just because it's an island, there's like sea breezes and whatever. But because we were mentally prepared for not bike riding now, we only got to walk around the island, which, even though it was still hot, so like we didn't really go very far, and I think there's just so much that you can actually see on the island, which we didn't get to see. Also, like, they have heaps of beaches, and it'd be cool to just have like a beach day there. So next time I go to Rottnest Island, I reckon I'm going to stay there for like a few days. And when it comes to Fremantle, everyone instantly loved Fremantle, just all like the architecture, the vibes. I think next time I go to Perth, I'd probably stay in Fremantle. It's only a 30-minute train ride away from Perth CBD, which really is convenient. Perth's train lines are way less complicated than they are here in Melbourne. So yeah, I wouldn't mind actually staying in Fremantle. They've got heaps of cafes and restaurants anyway, and their markets, which you'll see in this video. I don't want to give away too much of the montage, so on with the video.
Got it open. Hate it. For kids. Bye.